welcome back to my channel. It's Kalisa, and also today I'm just gonna review some hair from Hair. Guys, this video is not sponsored, so I bought all this with my money, but as you guys saw, it came with little goodies or whatever. So I'm gonna leave all the hair specs on the screen because I can't remember everything at the top of my head, but just watch and enjoy. Okay, so this is the hair, 24 inches and all of that. It's straight hair, but I basically plaited it, that's why it came out like that, kind of like a body wave, nice and shiny.
Wow.
Where so inside is 13 by 6 and it's a kind of brownish lace type of thing. The frontal, of course, there's 2 cones on the sides and then 1 comb at the back, and then it has the straps, adjustable straps, and some lace at the back, but I don't really use that, so I'm just gonna cut it off. And then it came kind of pre-plucked, but not to my standard, if you know what I mean. So I'm also gonna go in and pluck it a bit more. Also came with a little bit some baby hairs, like we love to see it. Okay guys, so straight off the bat, this hair has, it's like a hair kind of smell to it, and the one thing that I don't really like is the amount of orange strands it has. It's kind of like orangish, goldish, brownish strands, and they also kind of have like a lot of fly. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using this blue bleach to dye my knots. So I'm gonna be using this 30 volume developer. I use blue instead of white because I feel like the white bleach processes way too quickly, and like the blue one kind of tones your knots as well. So I started off measuring, but that didn't really work out. And like, you only want to pour in a little bit of the developer because you don't want it to be too runny. If it is, that is gonna seep right through your lace, and that's gonna dye your hair. And trust me, you do not want that because your scalp is gonna be looking orange. Yeah, you want it to be a thick consistency, but still like nice enough to apply on your lace. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just lightly apply that lace with a plastic knife. Like, you have to be really light because you don't want to press too hard on your lace, else the bleach will seep through and it'll make your scalp orange. So like, there is a way to convert that, but that's a bit long. You might as well do it right the first time. Yeah. So after, I just use this purple shampoo to wash out the bleach and everything, and it didn't really, like, the knots didn't really bleach. Like, I could have like waited a bit longer for them to bleach, but it was taking its time because obviously I was using blue bleach, that's why. But it's still fine. Okay, so now when it comes to plucking, you want to first remove the baby hairs out of the way, and then you want to pluck behind. So I kind of pluck from the root, like I just snip from the root and go up. Like, obviously try not to grip on your lace or else you're gonna make a hole. You don't really want that. So yeah, like sometimes I do 2 like plucks at the same spot. Like later on I'm gonna do that. So when you're satisfied with that plucking, like the first line of plucking, you want to flip over some of the hair, the one like the line that you just plucked basically, and you're just gonna pluck a little bit more and keep on going deep if you want. And then the end, obviously, like, you have to keep on checking to just make sure that everything looks fine. The deeper you go, the more plucked it's just gonna look basically. And then after, I'm just gonna pluck a little bit of the hairline, just a little bit, don't overdo it because you don't want little bald spots everywhere. So I just pluck a little bit to just make it a little bit more natural, kind of. So I was going for a middle part, that's why I parted my hair in the middle. And you're just gonna pluck a little bit, like you don't want to overdo it again with the plucking. So I'm just plucking like at the back so you can actually see that the part in is 6 inches. Like, you don't want to buy a 6 inches and you can't even tell it's 6 inches. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is putting this heat protectant on the hair so I can straighten it. I use the Frieda one. I can't remember what it's called, but obviously I'm going to leave everything on the screen. And then I'm going to use my straightener. I'm pretty sure I put it on 180 degrees and then I increased it to 200. Okay, so the next thing is going to be doing the baby hairs. So I'm only going to be doing like 2 side scoops, I think that's what they're called, and just like doing a little bit with the ear tab hair. What are they called? Sideburns. That. So I'm just going to like section a little bit of the baby hairs at the front. Like, you really don't want them to be too thick because that's going to look very unnatural. And then I'm just going to get some scissors and I'm kind of cutting, like going up and down to make it look a bit rough. Like, I don't want them to be the same size basically. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this mousse to lay down everything to make it look nice and slick or whatever. Like, doing edges is the hardest thing. Like, well, it's hard for me, so it took me a couple of hours, days, whatever, to do this. Oh, by the way guys, it took me 3 days to record this video. 3 days. So with the sideburns, I just sectioned them off and then I trimmed them just a little bit. Guys, doesn't she look pretty? Anywho, next I'm going to use my Care wax stick to make everything smooth, to make everything lay down flat, to make everything melt. Yeah, and then after that I am going to use my hot comb to, you know, to make it melt even more. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is this olive oil frizz control. I'm only going to use a little bit because the thing is very thick, so just use a little bit. Guys, I really apologize, I literally lost the footage, but I basically put foundation on my lace and then I put it on and then I cut off the ear tabs, and now I'm just going to be gluing it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is cut slits. It just makes it so much easier to glue. So I'm going to cut a ear tab slit so I can glue it separately from everything else, and then I'm going to cut the middle slit out so I can also glue that. It just makes it so much easier to glue. Just watch. Okay, so now I'm just going to lift up one of the slits and then I'm just going to put some Ghost Bond glue on I think I only did 1 layer. Yeah, I think I only did 1 layer. And I'm just going to wait for it to get a bit tacky, and then I'm just going to glue it over and make sure that everything is stuck down. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut my lace in a zigzag motion because it makes it more seamless if it's in a zigzag. You can also use like an eyebrow, I can't remember what it's called, but the eyebrow thingy, because that just makes it even easier. So with cutting your lace, you want to make sure that you're as close to the hairline as possible because you really don't want like a lot of lace left over on your forehead because people can see that and they will point it out. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my old toothbrush and my mousse to just lay the baby hairs down. And this also took me a couple of years to do, because as I said before, baby hairs are hard. They're not for everybody. But I got it at the end. And then I also used my silk scarf to just wrap it down. Guys, since it's day 3, I'm gonna be using the Carex stick again, and then I'm going to iron it, because that thing is so hot. It's definitely needs to be cold and iron. I'm just gonna iron it in. Moment of truth. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is put some concealer on my parting. Like this way, you shouldn't pluck your parting too much, because you can just use the concealer to really define it. So I was using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm pretty sure this was it. This was in the color Toffee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.